that was my short story in pictures. And who understands the story, I think we could change a few words in the song. The world is not going to know my name. The world is going to know our name. Do you agree? Woo! Wow, I wrote the speech, rewrote the speech, and rewrote again. But I think everything I left in my room. We were told to tell our story, to our success story, from where we were and where we are now. My story starts when I was born in Riga, in country Latvia. But I grew up in a very small city called Sigulda. My family were quite wealthy, so we were my mom, dad, brother, myself. We were wealthy till approximately 1993, when the government changed the currency for the third time. The all money we had, or my family, we lost, the money lost value. And the difficult times began, not just in my family, but in most families in my country. So we knew already from one very young age that we have to work hard. We were told that the money doesn't grow in trees. Have you heard that kind of sentence? I've heard a lot. And that, you need to put a lot of time and effort to make the money work. So my dad and my mom worked a lot since, when we were young. Myself, I think I was 9 years old and my brother 7. And we were left at home quite a lot. So I had to look as an older sister after my brother. My mom, taught me that I have to work at home. Every Sunday I had to work. Well, Sundays were the worst days a week because I had to clean the house. And my mother is very strong. It was never good enough for her. But I knew that I will have the pocket money at the end of that day. The money that we kept to ourselves, we didn't spend on unnecessary things. We saved the money to buy clothes when we needed, or buy presents to my mom and dad. My mom was obviously not happy about it because she said, you have to spend the money on yourself. But we knew that, we want to make happy them. And I also learned to make money working with my mom in a shop, putting the food in the shopping bags, or selling pastries, or helping my dad in the construction site, cleaning the walls from the wallpaper or doing other stuff. So we knew how to work from very, very young age. And there were days that my dad would come to me or my brother and ask the money because he knew we have saved this money. My mom, again, was not happy about that. It caused arguments on top of the arguments and arguments. But my dad had to pay for food or the bills. Later on, I come up with a percentage that he has to give me back if I lend the money. So I was more happy to give him this money. And, the time passed. We never go on any holiday. We didn't go outside the country as a family, for holiday, for vacation. The only holiday I remember, it was in a countryside, where my dad's house and parents were living. So we didn't have much luxuries in our life. But the time goes past, and I finished my school at the age of 15. And then was a time when I had to make my first decision, what I'm going to do next, what school I'm going to go. And I decided to leave my country, my city, and go to capital Riga, because there was a reason. In school, I was an average child. I didn't have a good marks. I always barely could get out of 10, 5 or 6. So when I finished the school, I wanted to continue the same school, but in English class. Well, when I got the mark for my entry exam, I got mark 2 out of 10. So you can imagine how bad English language I had. So I moved to Riga. I grew up faster. I learned, how to make money. I found a job, changed the job from one to another, and I start making more money. Then I finished university first year. The second year I couldn't continue because again I didn't have money enough, and the bank they didn't give the money for me because there was a economical crisis in my country. The 2 banks went bankrupt, so I didn't get the money. That was the second time when I made another decision to move to London. I told my mom and my dad that, it's going to be only for 1 year. You know how many years I'm in London? For 9. So again, my mom is saying it's too long there. But by being in London, I can support them. Because when I moved to London, it wasn't easy. Some people say, oh, London is like a place to make a huge amount of money. But it wasn't. I had my first job in a hotel as a cloakroom attendant. Then we didn't have the job, we didn't have the money. We lived in a flat that was cold inside, same as outside in November, December. So I was freezing. We didn't have enough money. We were scared of bills to pay, so we didn't switch on the electricity because we didn't want to receive a huge bill. We had enough money to buy crackers or Nutella to eat. But those numerous of calls to hotel to ask for the job was that persistent. And they saw us, they heard us, and they gave the job, any job. And that's how we got back on track. We working, making money. Then I changed the job to Pizza Express as a waitress. I was making more money than managers, but imagine they were asking me to become a manager. Of course I said no. My dream job was to get a job from Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Because I thought this is the best type of job you could get. In 2014, I received the opportunity to work in an office environment where I became a sales executive, and I was making good money. But then I received very bad news from my family. It was in April 2014 that my dad has passed away. It was difficult for me because, I was making a lot of money. But I was in the UK and they were in Latvia, and I was not able to be there with them at that moment. I had to wait, I think, 1 or 2 days to get a flight ticket back home to be with my family. I even actually blamed myself for the death of my dad because I thought that I could have supported him more financially, instead of going on holidays and buying clothes and all of that. But the time passed, it went back on, on the normal routine. I worked even harder because I had to pay the mortgage that my dad didn't pay out. And, for our family not to lose the flat. And actually that time was the first time, around 2014, that I first heard about Skyway project. That was the opportunity in front of me, but I didn't see it because I didn't have the right mindset at that time. So I worked hard, I changed the jobs because they offered me more money, but I didn't feel myself in that place. I decided in 2016 I have to do something more. It's not enough for me. And funny enough, on 1st of August 2016, when I decided to send again my CV to another company, that day I was fired. So unfair. I wanted to leave and they fired me on mutual agreement. I felt very upset. Not upset because I lose the job, but because they fired me. I wanted to leave myself. And obviously I cried and I was disappointed. But the next day I woke up like born again. And I knew already deep inside that I don't need another job. Skyway Invest Group is where I want to be. Because I knew they will help me, to get where I want. And that's how my journey started. That was my new chapter in my life. Was it easy? No. Was it fun? Was it exciting? Yes. Because Skyway Invest Group is developing. It's a new company, still a new company with a lot of opportunities, a lot of places that you can, to fill in and add value to this. Because through this company, I felt that this is the place where I want to be. This is the company that will allow me to change something in the world. I think I'm sent to this world to change, to make a difference in the world with other people around me and globally. And only this company so far is the one that allows me to fulfill my dream, to add value to myself, to add value to other people. And I think all together, we are a big family and we will be able to make these challenges in the world. Thank you. And it's only up to you. where you see yourself and what you want. I was many times in a situation in life that I was pulled back, you know, I didn't get what I want. I kind of fell backwards. But it didn't stop me to go and keep going. You know, some people call me crazy, but I like to be crazy because the crazy people who rules the world. And I like to be between like-minded, like-valued people. So the doors are open for you. You know, you need to work on skills. To be an entrepreneur is not an easy job. It's a hard work that you need to develop. You know, you need to learn new skills like time management or, you know, plan your day, motivation, self-development, many things. It's not going to be easy, but as long as you see where you're going and you see that direction, you just need to plan it and make the actions, and the doors will be open for you. The Skyway Invest Group is giving the opportunity for us, and they are opening the doors for everyone. Thank you.